Hello, everybody, and welcome to Craft and Chat with Miss Craft Princess. I am your hostess, Miss Craft Princess, and I'm sorry for my lighting. A bulb went out just overhead just before the show started. Eek, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to do it anyway. So, I am your hostess. I'm so glad that you're here. What is Craft and Chat? Well, I'm a handcrafted stationery and custom gift designer. And Craft and Chat is where I'm here making something pretty and you're chatting with me in the chat. I call it Craft and Chat because this time of evening, we're winding down, thinking about the week ahead. And some of us are going, oh no, the work day is going to be right around the corner. I know that feeling. And so Craft and Chat is where we reset our minds for the week ahead. I'm always in here crafting, just kind of playing around, and just decided that I would invite you into my studio. So, welcome. If you're not following me, these are my um, social media handles. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can visit my website at misscraftprincessdesigns.com. There you can find just a lot of pretty things. If you love sending greeting cards, especially beautiful handcrafting greeting cards, I have them for literally all occasions. And they're broken down by category. And then I have a gift tab with all of the gift items in there. So I would love if you check me out and give me a follow. So tonight we are going to make an adorable thank you card. I need it. Well, so I have a monthly subscription service, and every month it has a birthday, thank you, thinking of you, get well, and sympathy card. So this thank you card is going to be in the June box. I had to make it anyway, so I just decided I would bring you along with me. So I just bought this little sticky mat. I've been seeing everybody use them, and you can stick your paper to it, your card stock, and you don't need tape. So, I'm not an early adopter because I like for people to try to, use it and see if I like to see if it's something that I really need. But I did get it. So we have our card stock. And I do this every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And we are here for about 30 minutes. And I'm going to try to keep us within that 30-minute window. So I have this layering stencil set that I recently bought. And as you can see, it's Christmas, right? That's a poinsettia right there. But this is about looking at what you have and using it in different ways. So I looked at this and I thought, I want to use this, but it's not Christmas, right? I don't have to use that one. This is what we're going to do tonight. And I'm new to layering stencils. I played with this the other day, so you'll notice that they have a little staining on them, but they're still useful. But I like them. They've been out for a while, but I just told y'all I'm not an early adopter, so I waited to see if it was something that I really wanted to do. I have a lot of things in the studio, and I just don't buy stuff to buy it. So this particular stencil set has 4 stencils, and I don't know if you can see down there in the bottom. Okay, but that says stencil number 1. So it tells you. And then this is stencil number 2. And then this is stencil number 3. And this is stencil number 4. And if you use them in order, then you get something really pretty. And it helps that I had a picture, so I knew what the goal was. So I am not going to tape this down. You can if you want, but what I'm doing is I'm using that hole right there in that corner, and I'm lining it up with this corner. And as long as I do that for every layer, I should be good. So, and I'm sorry I've got this sniffles. We were outside. We had a limb that was hanging really, really low and was trying to scrub the vehicles as we drove by. So we had to deal with that. and we have a little pollen in the air. So that's why I've got the sniffles. But anyway, I'm going to start with some Distress ink, and this is peeled paint. And we're just going to rub our little dauber, put a little on. Now I'm going to hold this and make sure that I have that lined up there in the corner, because I'm not taping it. And I'm just not taping it because sometimes Miss Craft Princess is just a lazy crafter, but it all works out and it turns out beautiful. So I hope that you had a wonderful week. I had a very busy week, and a very busy yesterday. I had an event and had so much fun. Hadn't done an event in a while. Had so much fun. The reason I love events is just getting out and meeting people. I am a people person. And so I love to get out. I love to meet people. Of course, I appreciate it when they buy my things, but even if they don't buy anything, just come by and chat. And I love that. So we're going to move that one out of the way. I'm done with that color. So we're going to cap it because y'all know how I am with ink. It'll be over everywhere. And then the second layer has some more of the grass. I call it grass leaves. So I'm going to line it up in that corner again so that it hits just right. And I'm going to use a different color green. This is, so I'm just using all of them. This is a Catherine Pooler, very, very old. It's grass skirt. And I don't mind telling you what I'm using. I don't get anything. I don't have affiliate links with them or anything. I just don't mind telling you what I'm using. So, but just a different green, so it'll give it some contrast. And these turn out so cute. So then they also have layering dies where you can stamp and then layer. And then that way you don't have to color. But I don't have those either because I just, like I said, I'm just getting into this. So these are very juicy stamp pads. So I am going to cover that and put that over. So then I need number 3. And as you can see, while I cleaned it, it stained, but it didn't hurt that at all. So number 3, we're going to put it back up there in that corner and make sure that it's there. And then I'm going to go with this purple. Gypsy is what they call it. And this is a very old, close to my heart. When I tell y'all, I have a whole bunch of stuff. So we're just going to pick up some ink there. Let me get that lined up again so that it's in the right spot. Here we go. And just going to introduce a little purple to it. Just a little. Okay. See that taking shape? And we are going to close this right now, but I'm not going to like close it hard because you'll see why in a minute. And then my last stencil is stencil number 4. And we're going to do the flowers. Stencil number 4 has flowers. And so for that, I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use Distress Oxide Victorian Velvet. Okay. And we're going to pick up some of that. Make sure that that is lined up. And I'm going to get the big flowers in Victorian Velvet. And I'm changing my mind about something. And that happens a lot in this studio. And so then we have some smaller flowers And I'm going to use an old Stampin' Up! Stamp pad. So when I tell you, use what you have, I have used Stampin' Up!, Close to You, My Heart, Ranger, and Catherine Pooler. So just use what you have. And I'm going to take this little brush here. And I'm going to pick up a little ink. And I'm going to make sure that it's still in this right spot. And I'm going to get the smaller flowers in the darker ink. Just making sure that I get them really good. And I don't want this, panel to move, because that would just mess up what I'm trying to do. So I'm sorry, I'm sniffling. I'm not sick. I was like outside yesterday. It was an outside event, and a grassy area. And then we were outside today doing something. And I think that I picked up just allergies. So we're going to lift that. Oh, that's so pretty. And let me bring that up to you. Look at that. Look at that. Is that not pretty? And I didn't color anything, right? Like I didn't pull out markers to color. Put that over there. And I want to show you what it looked like on the package. So sometimes when you have a package, if you're a crafter, see, this was it. And this was a holiday thing. It's a holiday. Now, it does come with a stamp, but I didn't. So I got this, Joann's going out of business all over. Moment of silence. And so I saw this in there. So, but I just saw just now with y'all that it has a stamp, and it's from Hero Arts. So I may actually look for the stamp set, go on their website and see if they have the stamp set. I don't even know how old this thing is, but even without the stamp set, I was able to use it. Now I looked at this and I knew that this was definitely Christmas, right? But I knew that I could get away with this one and I could get away with this one by just altering the colors. And even if I had left the colors red on this, it wouldn't have screamed Christmas. So you can look at something and they say, and the manufacturer made it for one season, and just by changing your colors, you can use it for another season. So remember that. So this is what we came up with. Isn't that pretty? Now, before we get too far, I really need to take care of these stencils because that ink, I don't want it to not come off. And so let me show you how to do that. I just got an old microfiber cloth, which is well loved. This is just water, just plain old tap water. And I just put it on there and just wipe it off. And then it's ready to use the next time. See that? Nice and clean. I had one that did not clean off all the way. And I maybe I left it too long the very first time I did it. But just use some. And if it's stained, it's okay. It's just like stamps. If they're stained, it's not going to hurt them, So, but I needed to clean this off. And sometimes I have crafters that watch and they'll ask me, well, I didn't see you clean. And I typically don't stop to do it while I'm doing this, but this isn't a 30-minute card. So I'll be able to finish it. And so I got this off, and it's not transferring any ink, as you can see, but it's stained. And that was from me playing with it the other day. So anyway, those are clean. You know how to clean those. Very good. So let's get back to the card. Okay. So I need to cut this, and I am loving this little sticky mat. Let me just say, I'm glad I got it. So I need to cut this down, and I did not cut it down at first because if for some reason my stencil shifted a little bit and I ended up getting a little ink out here and I had cut it down, well, then it would have kind of messed up my idea for my card, right? So I do my stenciling first and then I cut it. So there's that paper trimmer that y'all know. Let me lift this up a little bit. And I'm just going to take a little bit off of this. So this is a it's a 4 by 5 1/4, but I need to cut it to 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Okay, so there we go. Cut that down just a little bit. Didn't take much. So I put that down there. And so we have this, and you know, we could pop it on like that, and that would be pretty. But y'all know me, that's kind of plain for me, right? If you've been with Miss Craft Princess for any amount of time, you know that that's kind of plain for me. So what I decided to do was take this purple, because I have a little purple in here already, and go around the edges with it, okay? Because if you've been with me, even though I'm not wearing purple tonight, purple is my favorite color. It's my brand, my main brand color. Why am I not wearing it tonight? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sniffling. I got a light bulb out. We're just going to craft. I may have to start wearing purple. So I had enough. I think I have enough in here to go all the way around. But if not, that's why I did not close that purple one, all ink pad all the way, because I could dip back in there if I needed to. So we're just going to go all around this one, just to introduce a little color, make it pop a little bit. And you know, I do this rather than put another sheet of paper. Now, sometimes I do back it with another piece of paper, and y'all have seen me do that. But tonight, I didn't want to do that. Well, I am, but I didn't need to back it with a purple piece. You'll see what we're going to do. Just hang in there with me, and you will see. So I'm just going to go around. And look at that. See how that little purple all the way around, just some extra on my, so now when I put this on, see how that pops? So much better than when I just had the white on white. I am loving that. I wish I had a sound machine that would go, yeah, because that's how I feel. That's so pretty. But we're not finished yet. That is pretty by itself. But that is not what I wanted. So I already cut a piece of pattern paper, okay, with the pink that was in here and a little purple to pick up the purple that's in there. And so I'm going to bring it up and let you see it. It's got the pinks, it's got the purples. So when I put it there, and then I put this piece on and put it there, it takes it to a whole new level, doesn't it? Isn't that cute? Yeah. But before we start gluing, I need to put a sentiment. And I told you all that this was going to be a thank you card. So I'm going to get my stamp positioner. And put it there. Put that piece there. And I have some very old stamps. These are old paper tray ink. I don't even know if they're still in existence anymore. But you know, I'm all about using what I have, and that I'm being very intentional this year to use what I have. Except for I did buy this, but it was at a killer deal. So anyway, we're going to put many thanks right there. Let me make sure that it's straight to me. Okay, that looks good. I just felt like that was a good home for that sentiment. And normally you see me stamp sentiments in black, but I wanted to play up that purple because y'all know how I love purple, even though I'm not wearing it. I don't know why. So I'm going to tap, tap, tap off to the side. You can't see me, but you know that I tap, tap, tap when I'm inking up a pad. And I'm going to press down ever so slightly. You don't want to mash down, because if you do that, then it could spread that ink and you don't get what you want. You'll get something like a blob that you can't read. And we don't want a blob that we can't read. We want it to say many thanks. I just want to tap that one more time. Because I just want it to be a little bit darker. Love it. Now I can close this for good, for real, so that I don't get ink on my hand. I have done really well tonight, y'all. I started with no ink on my hands, and I don't have ink now. And that is a really big deal. So there we go. Many thanks. So let's start gluing this together. Let us put our card together. Whoops, excuse me. So I got my big baby here tonight. You know, I go between this and liquid glue, but I didn't feel like liquid glue tonight. So some people, all they use is liquid glue, and then you got people like me that go between them. I think it's just a preference thing. It's how I'm feeling, but I wasn't in a liquid glue frame of mind. So we're going to put that down there, and then we're going to glue that. Okay, as this tape runner tries to get off its skids there. No, it did that to me the other week, and I had to actually change it out, but I'll have to change it tonight. So we'll put some adhesive. I hope that y'all are enjoying these as much as I enjoy making them and having y'all into my studio. I appreciate you all tuning in every night. And you can always chat with me in the chat. I look up periodically. That's why I call it Craft and Chat. I'm crafting and you're chatting with me. There it is. Look at that. Isn't that cute? But we're not finished because you know me. So I have these Nuvo crystal drops, okay? And I wanted to just add something in the center of these flowers, but I don't have a lot of bling. I'm just not a blingy kind of woman crafter. So I just put that right there in the center of those flowers, if you can see that. And so I'm going to set that off to dry, but I want to show you that. And let me cap that so that it'll be ready to use the next time. And I could put some more around, but I want to show you some other ones that I made. So I practiced with this one yesterday, last night, because I wanted to. And this one is going to be on my website. I just put the banner down there, www.misscraftprincessdesigns.com. I'm going to go ahead. I will put it on my website. It's also going to be in my June subscription box. This is going to be the thank you card. So it gives you an idea of what they get in the subscription box. Isn't that cute? And because I told you that you can change the colors, I also did it in this pretty orange. Look at that. So I took what was supposed to be a Christmas layering set, and because that was the colors they showed us, and a lot of people would have walked by it and I don't know, I'm not in the mood to make Christmas stuff. And I turned it into, and I put the little drops in the center. Can you see in the center of those flowers right there? And I put the drops in the center of those flowers. And I put the drops in the center of this one that we made tonight. Yeah. So isn't that cute? And I can just make them any color. I could have made those flowers red and with the green leaves, and it would have been just as fine. Tell me which color you like better. You like this one or you like the orange one? This is the one that I plan to put in the box. But let me know in the comments. So I'm streaming live on my Facebook page. And then you all are also watching me on the Creative Spirit channel. So if you're in my Facebook, if you watch the replay, go #replay. If you're watching, oh, I see I have some comments. If you're watching live, thanks so much for joining me. And thank you. I'm glad that you like those. Y'all let me know which color you like better. And who knows, I may change my mind. I was planning to put this one in the box, but I may up and put the orange one. I don't know. But I ended up making a thank you card because, first of all, I needed them for the box. But second of all, I have a friend who did something really sweet for me. And so I need to send her a thank you card. I need to get this one out of my hand because it's still wet. I need to send her a thank you card. And so I thought, well, let's just do dual. So look at that. Isn't that cute? And it all started off with this package that screams Christmas. And I'm going to have to play with that one. I wonder if I change the colors in that, could I make it look like a flower that wasn't a poinsettia? I don't, is how you say that? Poinsettia? Poinsettia? I wonder. I have to play with that and see. But this was the image that caught my eye. I know that I could play with that image too, And you like, okay, I don't know. Okay. So she said the first one. So tell me, I'm going to hold this one. I don't know what the first one was. This is going to be 1. And this is going to be 2. So now you tell me, this is 1 and this is 2. Okay. That's 1. I feel like we're at the optometrist's office. This is 1 and this is 2. And you let me know which one you like best. And then, I do this periodically. I ask y'all, and based on what you tell me, that's how I change it, right? So y'all let me know. And from there, I may change my mind about what we were planning to do. But you will be able, whatever color I go with, you'll be able to purchase it at www.misscraftprincessdesigns.com. It will be loaded to my website tomorrow by 1 p.m. Central Time. Okay. So I thank y'all so very much for joining. That is our card, and we got it done in record time. Woo, woo. So let's see. 1. Okay. So this is it. This is it. This is the one she likes. So very good. This is the one. Yeah, this is the one. I'm going to send this one to my friend. So that's all the time we have for tonight. Be sure to join me here next Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Craft and Chat with Miss Craft Princess. Have a blessed week. Bye.